I'll just some quick background in that I've been talking to Martin for a number of years now around how, as a broker, I can be in contact with my clients more regularly through digital media. And I guess I'm down in Sydney at the moment, and Martin took me through some concepts around socials, about how to interact with clients through video, and also email marketing. And what I found is that as a traditional broker, where I'm focused on of getting new clients all the time, it's far easier to deal with existing clients than it is to get new clients. But more importantly, it's also it's actually easier to communicate with those clients to make sure that, they've used me once. There's no reason, and if they're happy, there's no reason they won't use me again. 40% of my business already comes from my existing database. So there's no reason that couldn't be 60 or 80% by just keeping in touch with them. And the system that Martin's putting forward is a very simple, easy, understandable for me as a business owner way of communicating with my database. All right, so the system is relatively easy to use, relatively simple to use. The potential is the sky's the limit. We bandy figures around in our industry: 100 million, 150 million, 200 million dollars. There's no reason why utilising the system to its fullest won't actually allow you to write 150 million dollars in a year. Well, the problem that I have as a business owner, dealing with Martin and looking at what he's putting out to me, and the potential for this system, is that I'm looking at it and saying, well, how do I manage that in terms of staffing? How do I manage that in terms of whatever I start, I need to continue with? So my role will change from broker to manager, because I need to put staff on in order to engage with the system that Martin's actually producing. And that's the challenges that I'm going to have to write 150, 200 million dollars this year, is how do I manage my staff to make sure that we can actually do that.
Just what are they cold calls, do you think?
Okay, so we did make 2 phone calls this morning to businesses that were local to where we're working out of, and they were not cold calls, even though we'd never met the client, even though we'd never spoken to them. They weren't cold because we've gone in with a very simple concept of, we really want to talk to you about your business and how that potentially we can give you more clients, but also how our clients can understand a key aspect of your business. So we used the example of an SMSF, and we picked a random accountant, and all we wanted to do was for them to explain to us and to our audience and my database, for example, how an SMSF works, what are the benefits of an SMSF, and coming from an accountant, that holds more weight than coming from a broker. And our initial idea was to shoot some video, so potentially 10 minutes worth of an accountant talking and just explaining and us asking questions. And that's very powerful, because video on a website, video on a medium that people can engage with is very important, and it builds credibility for the person talking, it builds credibility for the person whose site it's on, and it also imparts knowledge to the consumers or those in my database, which then in turn makes me an expert as well.
So those 2 calls, they took us 3 or 4 minutes.
They weren't difficult at all.
They were enjoyable calls. I
Yep.
know them on your behalf.
Yep.
As a representative of your business.
Yep.
Now,
They were not confrontational calls. I guess that's the most important thing. We weren't asking them for any business. We weren't asking them for referral partnerships. What we were asking them to do is impart knowledge to our database to make them better understand the intricate details of, as an example, SMSF, thereby again making us seem like the experts, and then using that potentially as a way to then go back to the accountant and say, look, we've done this video, it's on our website, we've had lots and lots of people asking for it, for information about SMSF. We can then start to talk about referral partnerships.
It develops over time.
So the value in making these calls is to provide content to websites, to the system, to then be able to blast that out to our database and to any new prospects, and make us seem like experts in the field. The value is in also using businesses that have this as an expertise, and we can potentially form new relationships and new referral partners and gain more loans through them by putting their images forward and allowing them to be the experts. The key here, I guess, is that it doesn't take long. It's quite easy to do. You know, it's 3 minutes to make a phone call. It's potentially 10 minutes to make a video. You can schedule them all over a day or half a day, as long as they're all in the local area. And the more content you get, and the quicker you get it, the better outcome you'll get on all your socials and all your campaigns that you're going to run. So yeah, I absolutely do see value in it.
Remember, this is just one campaign. This is part of Saturn.
Yep.
It's a module.